focus exclusively on economic empowerment of women and girls. That's all we do. It's a very, very razor-sharp focus. We are an all-volunteer organization. We have about 120 volunteers working for our organization. They were all professional women who bring their skills to bear.
Every dollar sort of goes back out into funding their mission and making sure that they can support the organizations that are doing the critical work every single day in this space.
And there's incredible transparency that this board has that you just don't really see from other nonprofits, where you see exactly how the money's being used, which organizations, what specific areas it's targeting.
What inspired me to start the Women's Foundation of Boston with the other co-founders was we found this startling research on women and girls serving nonprofits. And when we discovered that less than 2% of all philanthropic giving is directed to women and girls serving nonprofits, we were shocked. Then we found out that 40% of that is sent overseas, which is twice the rate of all other giving. And then we found out that women reinvest 90% of their incomes back into their families and communities. Big Sisters was very appealing to us from day one. We were thrilled to get involved with them and learn more about their work.
Big Sister Boston is 100% invested in girls. And our mission is to inspire girls to reach their full potential through the care and attention of a big sister. And my role as president and CEO is to ensure that we have resources to make and support those matches.
And then they approached us with a project called the New Girls Network. When they surveyed all of their big sisters, they asked them what they needed. And they said, you know what? We actually want a big ourselves. We want a big sister. We want a woman who can mentor us in our careers and help us with our resumes, that's not our sister or our mom.
We have seasoned women professionals in Boston who get to be matched with a Big Sister staff member or a Big Sister mentor.
So I am a mentee, and I feel so fortunate to have her kind of coaching and guidance throughout this past year as I've gotten settled to my role in Big Sister and just my new life in Boston. She's been a really great resource for me, so I feel very fortunate to have this opportunity through Big Sister and WFB, so thank you.
So Budget Buddies was a nonprofit that serves women that we were attracted to a really long time ago. When we first started out, it's one of the first nonprofits we spoke with. What they do is sort of exactly in our wheelhouse. Their focus on financial literacy for low-income women is, quite frankly, exactly why we created the Women's Foundation of Boston, is so we could fund this type of work.
So Budget Buddies is an organization that builds the financial wellness skills of women who are living on limited or fixed incomes. Melissa and Melissa, the Melissas, McCarthy, came to us through the Habitat for Humanity program as a referral.
I could keep talking all day long about Budget Buddies. It really has been an amazing experience. We were able to be honest about our financial position. We were able to get help for our children and support for what our future would look like with their expenses. We said, we really need someone who understands medical complexity as well as autism and special needs, because our budget's different. Our budget looks different than most people's. We are always that family that could live somewhere until we couldn't afford it, and then we'd have to move again. And to be honest, we didn't know how long we would be able to stay where we are. And this opportunity came up, and it has given us a chance to plant our roots. We can finally take a breath and know that our kids can stay.
When I think about the Women's Foundation of Boston, really what I'm thinking about is that this group of warriors, these women who really amplify and validate the work that we do at Big Sister. So they convene women to talk about fundraising, to talk about the issues impacting girls and women.
When we talk about sort of service in the nonprofit world, it's extremely important to think about representation. And the Women's Foundation of Boston has set the standard and the example for how to sort of run soup to nuts a nonprofit, right? The fact that they have the type of person that they're servicing driving the curriculum, driving the vision, driving the mission is exactly what you need and creates sort of that authenticity that nonprofits are striving for.
We hope to really continue impacting thousands and thousands of girls and women. We hope to move the philanthropic needle. I personally want to solidify this organization as a long-term sustainable foundation that will be here 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now.